Here's a thought for the day. In the words that Jesus spoke to his disciples, Matthew chapter 5, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be sons and daughters of God." Now, all the other Beatitudes, which are just extraordinary in their depth, suggest some kind of inner disposition, Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God, or how blessed are those who know their need of God, the poor in spirit, for they will inherit the earth. But the blessed are the peacemakers. Now, that's not an inner attitude. This suggests action, and it is an integral part of our lives if we are sons and daughters of God. So if we say we're a Christian, I'm a Christian, then part of your life and mine will be that we will be those who work for peace. In other words, those who seek to bring people together. Now, that's not always easy, not always easier. It's easier said than done. Now, a few years ago, I reckon round about 2001, 2002, in the early years of my ministry here in Hermanus, I told that story, and it's now a well-known story, of the Christmas truce of 1914. How in the First World War, on Christmas Day, the troops got out of their trenches, the Germans and the British troops, and they moved very gingerly across no man's land and greeted one another, the Christmas truce. Whereas they'd been fighting up until the 24th, on this day, they were going to seek to be one together. It's kind of quite a almost humorous picture, because on the 26th they went back to their trenches. But that's not the point. Somebody had to get first out of their trench on the 25th. However they did it, somebody had to have enough courage to say, you know what? My enemy over there must no longer be my enemy. And I'm going to be the first one to show it. And so with immense courage, they got out of their trenches and they moved towards one another. I told that story on that Christmas day back in whenever. And what encouraged me no end were the 4 or 5 people who contacted me on Boxing Day or a few days after Christmas who said, "James, I listened to what you said, and I felt God's calling me or telling me to get out of my trench and to approach somebody with whom perhaps I'd not been in relationship because things had broken." I went and I took a risk, and I'm very grateful to God for the risk that I took, because I have been reconciled once more to whoever. Now think of that. And Jesus says, if you're a Christian, you will be somebody who works for peace. Maybe a relationship in your own family, maybe something in the community, people who are at each other's throats. And you can be a channel of God's peace. Now, blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be sons and daughters of God. Jesus came into this world to bring peace. And if we take Jesus seriously, and these Beatitudes, Sermon on the Mount, come on, let's be as Jesus wants you and I to be. Workers for peace. God bless you.